It's the $1 Million Cash Game. This is the leaderboard. Patrick Antonius on top of it. He's up $209,000. Andrew Feldman, who has just left the game, is up $131,000. Gus Hansen has already left $119,000 up. Our big losers, Alan Cunningham, what a surprise. Nearly down $200,000. But our huge loser, Cyril Mooley, is out. He's been felted a few times, down nearly $500,000. They've upped the stakes. We are going to play 1,000, 2,000 blinds with a $500 ante.
No, you did. There was one day. And then Arno. And that was it.
Button in front of Tom Dwan.
No.
Now, in this case, the button is actually going to act first pre-flop. But gets to act last post-flop.
6-7 of hearts will open the pot. It's the hand that Tom Dwan has in front of him right now. Phil Ivey with an ace.
Ivey going to raise this up to 23,000.
Yes.
In position, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see a call from Tom Dwan here. 17,000 more though. That's an overraise.
Tom Dwan thinking about what to do here. He's got 7-6 of hearts.
Ironically enough, we have a coin toss before the flop.
I mean, Robert, who has the edge in this game? I'm looking. Patrick Antonius, Tom Dwan, Phil Ivey. Three of the best in the world. Who's got the edge?
I'd be guessing if I told you. I don't really know.
Well, go ahead and guess. I'm curious.
I have to say Phil Ivey overall, but it's a close one. Real close.
Well, Tom Dwan is going to call. We're going to see a flop. Jack 5-3. Both players pick up a gut shot. If the 4 falls, talk about an action card.
Especially if it's not a club.
If a 4 falls, we're going to see some action. Ivey with a 4 would make the wheel. A 4 would give Dwan the nuts, as long as it's not a 4 of clubs, like you said.
Yep.
Phil Ivey bets out 35,000 into this pot.
Pot is an astonishing $84,500. There's no going back from this.
This is a tough call for Tom Dwan, actually. He's got enough gamble. He's capable of calling here.
Well, it's not just calling for a 4, you're calling the float as well. And
Cool.
In position.
he can call to represent clubs. He can call to represent that he's got a pair of 5s, a jack.
Cool.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Oh, wow. This is unbelievable. Ivey cannot win this pot, but he's made a straight.
Both players have a straight.
Talk about the gin card. Ivey makes the wheel. Dwan has the absolute nuts.
We could see the largest pot ever in televised poker history.
There's 75,000.
80, 85,
90.
90,000.
90,000. Phil Ivey bets $90,000. If you're Tom Dwan, what do you do?
Wow, with a flush draw out there, I'm sorry, I'm going to go ahead and raise right here. But I'm not going to raise my whole stack. I'm going to raise it about 200,000 more. Make it look like I can still lay my hand down. Maybe 150 more even.
Now, Ivey's one of the best in the world, but can he get away from a wheel? He's made the straight. Both players have made the straight. Tom Dwan with the absolute nuts. Oh, talk about a gin card on the turn. Well, the biggest pot in the history of televised poker is just over 900,000. We have a chance of breaking that right here. Tom Dwan with the nuts. The 7 high straight. Phil Ivey with the 5 high straight.
He's definitely going to raise here.
pot is $209,000. The action is on Tom Dwan.
Unbelievable.
142.6.
And the raise is 142,000 more.
More.
And this is where we're going to see how good is Phil Ivey. He's staring at Dwan's stack, trying to figure out where he's at.
258.
Can I have it all? Can I get all those chips?
I don't think Ivey can get away from this hand, but I'll tell you what, he is considered the best cash game player in the world. If anybody can get away, it's Phil Ivey.
I mean, at this point, I don't even know if Ivey wants to get away.
I'm all in.
And he's
all in! Oh my gosh.
Ivey is all in.
All in and
Dwan calls with the nuts. Ivey cannot win this pot.
Wow. Man.
Oh my gosh.
That's no good.
We have just broken poker television history. 1.1 million in this pot.
And he's drawing dead.
It is the biggest pot in the history of televised poker. And it's going to Tom Dwan. He's got the nut straight.
We just saw poker history made right here tonight.
26, 36, 96.
And they're counting the chips right now. The Jack of Hearts in the river, completely irrelevant. A 1.1 million chip pot going to Tom Dwan.
Make sure these aren't dirty. Yeah. You can leave that out.
Oh, Patrick Antonius even wincing. Everybody standing up.
360, 370, 380, 400,700, 390.
Wow, Phil Ivey saying goodbye to all that money. Those are $25,000 chips. A $1.1 million pot going to Tom Dwan.
Phil Ivey lost over $500,000 in one hand.
Tom Dwan is now up $608,000. Phil Ivey now down $627,000.